Dinosaurs. Mysteries of the past. Humanity's interest in prehistoric times grows every year. Just some 30 years ago, when the internet was only at the stage of its development, many of us knew little about dinosaurs. The general scanty information did not allow to reveal the truth about how huge was the Mesozoic era, a time in which lived an incredible number of animals unknown to us. But then human possibilities expanded. The internet, movies, articles, and even computer games about dinosaurs awakened such interest in the world population that the profession of paleontologist began to dream, as well as the profession of an astronaut. Man became interested in the prehistoric era. The number of paleontologists in the world increased thousands of times, and we began to know more about dinosaurs. Through theory and error, we begin to envision a real picture of the past. We now know that the civilization of real dinosaurs took place in two main periods, the Jurassic and the Cretaceous. So how did the Jurassic dinosaurs differ from the Cretaceous dinosaurs? We're going to follow one of them. He is the most famous dinosaur in history to date, Tyrannosaurus rex. This name was given to this lizard for a reason. Tyrant translates from Latin as mighty, and rex means king. That makes it the mighty king lizard, and the Tyrex is even simpler, the mighty king. This name hits the spot. Tyrannosaurs and their closest relatives on the rights of the predator were very numerous and dispersed all over the globe. But Tyrannosaurus was not always so huge and scary. So how did it achieve such dominance, and what was it used to be? This is China, the Zhongarian Desert, a real find for paleontologists. It was once home to a huge number of dinosaur species. Paleontologists have unearthed the bones of a previously unknown dinosaur. After careful study, it turned out that in front of them an ancestor of Tyrannosaurus, which lived 160 million years ago. Scientists named him Guanlong, which means dragon in the crown. Guanlong lived on the territory of the modern Gobi Desert. He is an aging representative of the Tyrannosaur family. Bolins lived in families like tyrannosaurs. They did not hunt alone, always 3-4 individuals tracked the prey and attacked it. They can be compared to velociraptors or deinonychids, but they were future tyrannosaurs. If you're interested in this story, subscribe to our channel before continuing. If you haven't already, give us a like and leave a comment. Don't forget to click on the bell not to miss new and interesting issues. Guan, he was only 3 meters long and weighed only 75 kilograms. A small lizard with the face of a tyrannosaur. How did he manage from such a small creature to become the king of the entire prehistoric world? The goal of paleontologists is such clarity in the evolutionary process of tyrannosaurs. The method of this process was phylogenetic analysis. From the birth of Buoni Luna to the appearance of the first T.rex, 100 million years passed. Thus, 160 million years ago, Guanlong lived in China. Then this lizard made a long immigration to North America, and 70 million years ago, the first Tyrannosaur appeared. Question: why did the ancestors of the Tyrex leave their familiar habitats? About 120 million years ago, natural disasters began on the Eurasian continent. Awakened volcanoes in the depths of the ocean, millions of tons of magma ejected to the surface of the earth, which destroyed everything in its path. The familiar nature for the ancient inhabitants began to disappear, and the ancestors of Tyrannosaurus had to flee. They were forced to go to unknown lands to survive. When the Earth's climate became warmer, Siberia and the Arctic began to be covered with dense forests. The greening of the north caused the Guanlong to migrate. What was the predator mindset? Abandon the familiar place. The territories inhabited by the Nhun became lifeless. The herbivorous creatures were eager to leave these lands as quickly as possible, hence the predators who had nothing to feed on. They rushed after their food. When the future tyrannosaurs reached the eastern coast of Siberia, nature, once again, helped them. Tectonic shifts connected eastern Siberia and the American continent. Future tyrannosaurs crossed the isthmus connecting these two huge continents and found themselves on a land that was rich in vegetation and animal life. It would seem live and prosper and never know hunger. But the Guanlongs met with huge predators that lived at that time on the North American continent. Hearts were huge carnivorous theropods which resembled tyrannosaurs of the Cretaceous period with their size. They even looked like the king of dinosaurs. But these lizards belonged to the group of allosaurs and were at the top of the food chain and were not going to share territories with anyone. About the future tyrannosaurs, despite their small stature, nature endowed with brazenness and bloodthirstiness. If these two predators, big and small, met, then Guanlong did not dare to attack. Their sense of self-preservation was lower than their sense of hunger and sense of superiority. But the outcome was always the same, like chickens in front of a fox. The allosaurs would win either way, and the battle would be very short. Scientists analyzed another stretch of time, and before them appeared another fossil that directly belonged to the evolution of Tyrannosaurus. This is the lizard Timor-link, or Timor-lingi. It was similar in appearance to Guanlong, but its size was already slightly larger. Also, Timor-link had a more developed brain, increased intelligence, and advanced senses. For example, the hearing organs helped the still small tyrannosaurs to hear much farther than other predators, and they had the ability to escape from danger. That's how the Tyrannosaurus's ancestors survived. 90 million years ago, another global warming began. The ocean level also rose, causing great floods, and the American continent began to divide. The water began to encroach on the land and forced all the animals onto small patches of land. Animals became isolated, which served to change natural selection. When there were large numbers of herbivores in a small area, predators had little trouble hunting them down. That moment accelerated their evolution. But herbivores began to evolve too. Some gained the ability to run fast, others were given powerful armor by nature, others had strong jaws. For example, the triceratops hunted by the tyrannosaurs changed dramatically. If earlier they were 100-kilogram animals without shells and horns, then due to climate change they became multi-ton dangerous tanks, capable of crushing everything in their path. The Timorlings also underwent changes. They gave place under the sun to their descendants. The Littronaceus were already very different from their predecessors. There appeared Littronaxes, translated from Greek means bloody king or bloody king, a name perfectly suited to its master. Littronaxes were already very different from their predecessors. Their height reached up to 8 meters and their weight reached up to 2.5 tons. And so began the first battles between future tyrannosaurs and future triceratops. Both evolved, and it became like an arms race. Evolution happened on a massive scale. It happened to many kinds of herbivores and predators. Animals got bigger and stronger to defend themselves, others to attack. Future tyrannosaurs acquired binocular vision, which allowed them to catch prey much more successfully. Plentiful food encouraged their growth, and so, 80 million years ago, a new species of predator emerged, the Tyrannosaurus. Its abilities had reached a climax. Its frenzied growth told them they were facing a new and extremely powerful predator. Tyrannosaurus cubs could gain 2 kilograms of weight per day, perfect eyesight, which helped Tyrannosaurus in hunting and traveling, no less perfect sense of smell, with the help of which Tyrannosaurus was able to detect prey even in the darkest night. Its body size reached 13 meters, its body covered with steel muscles. Initially, the speed of the tyrant was insignificant, 18 kilometers per hour, but as a result of research, in which the modern ostrich was taken as a basis, interesting analyses were carried out. The ostrich looks like a Tyrannosaurus. Its long legs and heavy body allow the ostrich to reach tremendous speeds. So why couldn't a Tyrannosaurus have these qualities? Tyrannosaurus's hind leg muscles played a big role in the lizard's speed. They were connected directly between the legs and the tail, which helped the Tyrannosaurus to develop good speed. But the most important quality of a Tyrannosaurus is its bite force. Bite force is defined in newtons. For example, a modern lion bites with a force of 4,000 newtons. An alligator clenches its jaws with a force of 6,000 newtons. The bite force of Allosaurus, which was considered the strongest before the arrival of Tyrannosaurus, was 9,000 newtons. Well, now pay attention. The bite force of Tyrannosaurus was 60,000 newtons. That's impressive. As a result, Tyrannosaurus squeezed hearts and became a full-fledged master of the Cretaceous period of the Mesozoic era and the Prehistoric World. And here are the numerous relatives of Tyrannosaurus, who lived at the time when he ruled the world of dinosaurs. In Alaska, 69 million years ago, lived dwarf Tyrannosaurus, 6 meters long and weighing 2 tons. In China at the same time lived another relative of Tyrannosaurus. Tyrannosaurus pinocchio, or ankylosaurid. To date, scientists have discovered 28 species of Tyrannosaurus, which in itself seems incredible. After the asteroid impact 66 million years ago, many dinosaurs became extinct, but not all. Their descendants still live among us, birds. Thank you for watching this episode to the end. Put likes, leave comments, subscribe if you haven't already. Click on the bell not to miss new and interesting releases from the channel.